not new to this anymore, so just like, you can shout, you can snap, whatever, just be receptive, definitely participate. And if you went to the slam, you've already heard this, but hopefully you want to hear it again. But this is called Things I Wish My 13-Year-Old Self Knew, or 8 Things to Know About Being a Teenager. 1, your mother is always right. Maybe you don't believe it because the way she used to tell you to clean your room or do the dishes or stop watching so much TV, so much damn TV, was almost threatening to a point where you didn't understand why she would be so harsh, but you knew that no matter how angry you got at her, you would always be able to find her in your darkest of times and at least hug her to ensure that she's still there and not just something to be angry at. Listen to her when she tells you that you are unmistakably beautiful, even if the person you see in the mirror isn't you. Maybe you don't believe it because the way she promised you that the reasons you stayed out late at night with your friends were stupid, or the brilliant idea you had in the shower for a clever moneymaker or a way to get a girl, or to somehow be able to get an A on a test you know you're going to fail, were really just horrendous ideas, and that upset you. But you know that whatever she said always turned out to be true. You just don't like to admit it. 2, judgment is a natural response to fear. Your teenage years will be the most brutal of your life because you won't know where the next emotional blow will come from. Maybe it will address your outfit choice, so you spend extra time in the morning looking over each strand of silk that is sewn perfectly together to make that shirt you bought for exactly $12.92. And you match it with 8 different pairs of shorts and 3 skirts before you decide to just wear a 7th outfit entirely. Maybe you'll make it to school to find out that one person gives you a rude look in the classroom and another laughs as she walks by, and you realize that the clothing you labored over for hours couldn't protect you from the cruel dagger of words that are shot at you by fellow Jocelyn's and jabbed into you repeatedly until you begin to wonder whether your choice was even a good one at all, and you're just wallowing in a pool of self-doubt and you just want to go home. But don't let that get to you, because that judgment is a stupid person's response to an unfamiliar set of circumstances. Because you don't look ugly in an outfit, you look hot as hell. And the looks and laughs are from people who have never felt so unattractive in comparison to someone else, and you should be able to embrace your beauty. 3, when people say high school is the best 4 years of your life, they're lying.
So much.
You will come to school a majority of the days feeling tired and worn out beyond fathomable belief, but you will somehow find it in yourself to keep going in order to satisfy the needs of other people. And you will learn to rely on your voice that tells you to run away, or stop doing homework, or take a break, because there's no time for breaks in high school. There's only time for disappointment and work, extracurriculars, and more work. And one day you'll wake up and realize it's time to start planning your future and time to pick a good school and worry about whether the last 4 years were the best they could have been, and hitting yourself in the head because you only got that 3.98 instead of that 4.0. And suddenly you wonder where the last 4 years went, trying to decide whether your almost instinctual need to succeed was even worth it.
Yeah.
Or if you missed out on better opportunities. Isn't it funny that most of your life is based on how you do as an over-emotional, hormone-ridden, full of self-doubt swimming teenager? Sleeping is the absolute best feeling in the world. When you're sick of something or you need to take a break from the world, sleep will be able to let you release all of your pent-up anger and sadness in one simple action. When you work yourself half to death and no one will leave you alone, you will be able to feel the comfort of your mattress and the enveloping warmth of your sheets as you lay your head down on that one pillow you've always really liked. And that is probably the most satisfying sense you will ever be able to achieve, especially if you have to wake up for school tomorrow.
Amen.
5, just because you're broken doesn't mean you're helpless. Something will happen to you that will shatter your heart into a million little shards of glass that will cut your rib cage and slash your insides, making you cry and hurt and wither under the pain. I can guarantee it. But don't assume that people will treat you differently because you are so hurt. Especially if you try and hide it behind a smile, because damn it, people can't read your mind. Don't assume that if you spend hours of your life carving small messages into your arm that you wish you could tell the world but you can't because it feels too good, or the idea that you would jump in front of a bus makes you romantically beautiful, because I have been there and it doesn't. It only means that you need help because you're too broken to see that sometimes things seem much worse than they really are, and you will always bounce back. You will always bounce back from your darkest times. 6, you will fall in love with a celebrity and you will want to rip your hair out whenever you think of him. You will spend hours watching interviews of him being asked questions that you think are stupid because you already know the answers to all of them. And you'll watch him so much you'll know every word of every line spoken. And you'll be able to identify him from the smallest, grainiest picture of any image that someone shows to you. You'll fawn over the smoothness of his voice, almost as satisfying as feeling as waking up on Christmas morning, and fall asleep at least once while hearing it in your head. Maybe it'll be the way his hair falls just right, or the color of his eyes, or the way he likes the same things you do, or the way he makes good music, or acts like the best actor in the entire world, or maybe he's just plain handsome as hell. And you will fall completely head over heels with him, and he will be your first love, but he will also be your first heartbreak. 7, you need to live truly and learn to be happy. Obstacles will always find a way to present themselves, and people will never understand that mean words cut deep. But you should try at all times to pick yourself up and really stop passing judgment on people who change their outfit 12 times and fear you're snickering. Or learn to stop wasting your time and effort on things and people that mean nothing to you. Because you have a beautiful mind, and it's such an awful thing to waste. If it means sacrificing your happiness and becoming another sad teenager who has nothing to tell their children about except the empty vastness that was once their heart. Learn to stop holding grudges because they will block your happiness receptors, and those awful people will simply be living rent-free in your head. Accept those awful people's apologies because they should be happy too. Learn to crack stupid jokes like that you lost your thesaurus and now you just can't seem to find the words to describe how upset you are. And laugh at yourself even as no one else does. Learn to love yourself and eventually you will learn to be happy. 8, you are beautiful. No matter how you feel when you get up in the morning or your view of yourself when you look in a mirror, you will be the most beautiful creature ever to walk the earth. The sun will shine for you when you walk outside and get ready to face the day. The flowers will bloom in anticipation of being alive at the same time as someone as breathtakingly gorgeous as you. You may not believe it when you're a teen, but do not worry, because one day you will realize that only beautiful people can live the life you do. And you will realize that perhaps your mother was right, and you're so unmistakably beautiful.
Hi.